Hi and welcome back once again to Socket Hunter's YouTube channel. This is my second part of my test of Fabriano ingres pastel paper, 160 GSM. Part of a package of non-sanded pastel paper sample pack I got from Jackson's on my last haul from there. I'm gonna test it as it was intended with actual pastels. So I'll take a little break and take the pastels out. Again, I am using my set of Royal Talents Rembrandt soft pastels, big set of plastics. Nice soft pastels. And this time I'll just do the same kind of subject as I did with my pencil drawing. I can fairly quickly sketch up a pumpkin, as it is fall and pumpkin season. So it's another grateful, easy going subject. They can be quite crooked and stuff, so if my drawing skills isn't quite up to par, then I'll just blame it on my imaginary subject. Say it was a very crooked pumpkin I was looking at when I drew it. Nobody will be any wiser. Oh, that was a mess. So I think the surface is a bit too smooth for my liking. It smears a little bit too easy, and it's like it won't really stick to the paper. I don't know, it can do that because I've used it on other types of papers and I'm quite used to. This is the brand I've always used for soft pastels, so I know how it works on other types of paper. Yeah, there's not a big difference on the two sides. This is actually the more rough side I'm using anyways, so this is you know, it'll probably work better with my oil pastels. I can't get much intensity on this. I had hoped it would be better, but it's not all that good. It doesn't hold on to the pigment, so I can't blend it very and it doesn't layer. I put, even after 2 layers, unless I leave it dusty like that, I'll try and get the focus right. Unless I really make the raw line stay, I can't get it to cover the paper. Even where I have drawn in I get the kind of precision I like here. And I don't like I need to go up in my dark tone to get any separations between the bulbs on the hair. I should have been able to do it with the two tones I already got. Oh gosh. Yeah, it just lifts right off and sticks more, rather stick on my finger than on the paper. That's one of the benefits of using your fingers, is you can actually feel how the pigments move on the paper, or if they stick to the paper, or yeah, this just smears like crazy. So I find this very, very difficult to do. I got way better results with some of the other papers I've used. I can layer it a bit, but if I touch it, it just smears out into nothing. See, like that, and it's gone. It sits on my finger now. So I will not be bothered to keep on trying. I'll just get really annoyed. So I'll give it a minus to soft pastels. I don't like how, compared to how happy I've been with actually all of the others. This is number 4. I had 3 others where I was quite happy with my soft pastel results, and this is nothing like it. It's just one greasy smear, and I have way more dust on my desk and my fingers than I had with any of the others. So I'll clean up and I'll come back and I'll see how it does with the oil pastels. So I already gave that fixative because it is just a hot mess and I didn't want it to smear crazy like if I accidentally touch it. So let's see what we can get the oil pastels to do. Drawing on here, it feels kind of like pretty much any of the other papers. The oil pastel is also kind of a thick and thing where it just kind of creates its own track, so to speak. It just glides over everything. Actually, this paper holds on better to the oil pastels than any of the others. It's harder to pull it around, which is actually not a bad thing. That's interesting. This I quite like, and so because with the others it was very easy to smear out and just have it all blend together in one smeary mess. But it's like this holds on to it better, so it it's better, easier to make, more defined. And I think it has to do with that somewhat absorbent nature of it. That it pulls in the oils and makes things stay better. This would be better defined if I had bothered to pull out my... But if you want to use a column blender for this, you will actually have to use a very hard one, because you have to push pretty hard to get it to move at all. So yeah, I'd say it's fine, super good. It's really nice for oil pastels. This is at least the Sennelier ones here. It might not look so good, but it allows, because it doesn't just smear together in like that. I can actually put in some more layers and work my way to build up the colors and saturations and the mixes and what I need, shadows and highlights. That is, yeah. No, I didn't have so many orange colors in this set. I could see if I should have bought any loose ones. There was certain kind of colors that I thought I was missing, so I bought these open stock, and I spent quite a while, and I don't quite remember what I bought. Oh yeah, I got all these metal ones, but I got a warm yellow of sorts here. But no reds and oranges. That's just typical me. I don't buy those kind of colors. I could try my blender stick here, but I need to clean it because I used it with something blue. No, that doesn't really do anything. So put that to one side. I think it needs to be a different kind of paper before that works. Yeah, this is really interesting. And it doesn't scrub off so much of my color on each passing, so I'll get more out of my oil pastels. Yeah, this is super interesting to work this way with oil pastels. I don't get to get this many layers often. No, it doesn't look a lot like a pumpkin. It looks more like a quince. I can try and correct my shape here, make it a little broader. The color is totally wrong, I know that. Okay. Make a mid shadow here with this one. Now, I actually have something here in one of my little mini drawers. I bought a little bit of Caran d'Ache all pastels last time I was in my favorite art store. I have to put some paper here. That doesn't come off easy. Come on. There. This is a cold red though, so it's not fantastic. I just wanted to see how it does here. It makes a little bit of crumbs, so that's not super. But there's not as much oil in the Caran d'Ache ones, so it's a little drier. So it feels like a kind of a blend between. This is not going to be a good drawing. It's going to be a good test, but not a terrible drawing. So this feels like a mix between it's a neo pastel. Feels like a mix between a soft pastel and an oil pastel, to be honest. It's a little bit like a crayon. I was just kind of curious how this felt on this paper. It is quite good too. I think what I will do is get some more Caran d'Ache because of this harder texture. I could go in and I could do kind of my detailing with the Caran d'Ache ones and do the background with the scenery, like make the big areas that I need to do with the scenery, and then go in with the Caran d'Ache and do my details. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. But God, they didn't need to put this much paper on them. The problem about the paper, it's of course on there to tell you what color you got and who made it and to protect your fingers. But if it comes down on the paper, it works as a scraping tool, so you make little scraping lines that you might not want. So they layer nicely, and they've been quite nice to work with on this paper. So that is definitely an oh yeah, I want this for this. I know I'm being very, very serious and scientific about my judgment here. So pretty useless for soft pastels, not good for colored pencils, terrible for pastel pencils, but yes, I love this with oil pastels, absolutely. And not a trace of oil yet on the back side. So oil pastels, Fabriano ingres pastel paper, yes, we like that, not for the other things. So thank you for watching.